In the kitchen because we know that everyone's going to be busy putting together your Christmas dishes. So we have Carrie Hills, executive chef at the Wellington Steak and Martini Lounge. She's going to show us how to make your holiday dishes kid-friendly, all using a blender. And I see you have the Vitamix, so that's probably a very important part, is what kind of blender you have, I'm sure.
It is, but you know what? You can use any blender.
Any blender?
Yeah.
Okay.
Purees are really easy and fast. So
I like
awesome.
that. And sometimes kids can be a little, it's funny with texture and stuff like that. So
Right.
we're going to make this easy. And first things first, starting with the flatbread, right?
Right. So
Okay.
what I have here is just showcasing how versatile a purees are. And this is a butternut squash. And not only can we take the butternut, just cut it in half, a little olive oil, roast it, then scoop out the puree, put it in your blender. The water content is already there, so you don't need to add anything to it. Season it however you want, make it kid-friendly if your kids like herbs, cheese. So what we do here, at the restaurant we use the puree and we make a lasagna, but today we're gonna make a kid-friendly dish as well, so you can do both at your table and really make it.
Okay. So it starts all with the flatbread, and that's pretty easy. You can get that at the store if you don't want to make that yourself.
Right, or you get naan or any kind of bread. Yes,
there you go. I'll have you hold that in,
okay,
actually.
just scoop a little bit out and spread it around.
So this is almost like if you wanted to, it would replace your tomato sauce, right?
Right, and you can actually add oregano and garlic and onions if your kids like that, but I figure that, or I find that kids really just like it plain, a lot of cheese.
Do you have any kids?
No, I don't.
You don't? So who's your taste testers?
I have a lot of nephews. A lot of nephews.
I like that. Okay, I think I did a good job there.
Okay.
And then you do cheese and prosciutto.
We're gonna put some apples on here, just to hide in some more nutrition.
I like that. You got to hide it.
You gotta hide it in there. I mean, they love the flavors and the sweetness, so we're just gonna put a little apple on here.
All right.
And I brought some prosciutto for the adult kids.
Older kids maybe will get into that. And sometimes this is a step away from if you like pepperoni on your pizza, then
Correct.
it's sort of similar and you can hide it and they won't know the difference.
Right, so we'll just use some mozzarella. Fontina is really wonderful pairing with the butternut, so that's always an option as well. So when we just make this,
all
you
ready
just
to
pop
go.
it in the oven. It takes, you know, you can do it, you can blast that at a 400 temp, or you can take it down to a 350 depending on how much time you have. So it truly is a take on fast food.
Very,
so,
very
it's
easy.
Healthy.
And then moving on here, something that kids may not want to eat, but a really easy way to hide it is some veggies.
Right, so what we're gonna do here is we have a raw take on hummus without using chickpeas, which, you know, can be a little time consuming when you have to soak them and cook them.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do here is we just peel the zucchini and we'll peel a bell pepper. Would you like to cut?
I'm going to
No?
leave that to you. I'm going
Okay.
to keep all my fingers today.
Okay, it's a good Christmas gift. So we just peel this. Don't ever have to waste the
So
peels.
you have to peel it?
Yeah, just bitterness. It just takes out the bitterness, so you don't have that in the food. Kids don't really like that.
No, not so much.
But for adults, we don't have to throw this away. This is a lot of nutrients in here, especially if you're buying organic. To save this and add this into your smoothies, you can add this into your tomato sauce. You just throw it in a Ziploc bag and put it in your freezer.
Cool.
So just
And how does it all work? So you're going to put it all into there, and then what do you add to make sure that the flavor's right?
so this is raw. So we have some raw sesame seeds, means they have not been toasted, just soaked overnight or at least 5 hours in water.
And that's
to
tahini.
Yeah, and then we
basically,
have
right?
a raw tahini too.
Okay.
This is more for a texture and a thickening agent in the mock hummus. We have smoked paprika and a little bit of cumin, lemon juice, and garlic.
All right, last one over here. Let's go ahead and get to that one because this is the one that when you walk in the kitchen, you can smell it cooking. You can't go wrong adding cheese to anything. And so when you
No.
talk about is this a soup or cauliflower and blue cheese?
You know,
What do
this can be used as a side dish if you just roast the cauliflower and blend it up. It tastes a lot like potatoes.
Okay.
So it's nutrient dense once again. Your kids will love it. If they don't care for blue cheese, add the cheddar cheese in there. And what I have here in the oven is I just went ahead and roasted off how easy it is. You just cut your cauliflower, throw some garlic, shallots, herb, olive oil, throw it in the oven and roast it. Put it all in your mixer. You don't even have to heat your cream or vegetable stock if you don't like dairy. Blend it up and finish it with a little salt and pepper and seasoning, and you have a wonderful bowl of soup.
And why is it kid-friendly? Because they just won't eat it this way. Sometimes they need something that's a little bit easier and more palatable.
And I find that kids really love potatoes, and it has a good texture and flavor like a potato. So if you actually did this with cheddar cheese, put bacon on it, it would taste like almost like a twice-baked potato for soup.
Awesome.
It
Well,
would
they
be really
smell
nice.
wonderful. You can't go wrong with enough garlic, except for
Never.
if you're on a date, maybe. Carrie, thanks so much.
You're
you can find
welcome.
her at the Wellington Steak and and Martini Lounge. That's in Mission Hills. All the information is up on your screen. Paul Bloom, I'm going to send it back to you. I got to tell you something. As I did cauliflower last night, and we kind of pretend in our house that they're mashed potatoes, but they're not. And they taste wonderful. I know you were saying you've got to just have the mashed potatoes, Heather, but to me, it works, and I love it. So there you go, mashed cauliflower it is.